Alright guys, what's up? So I'm gonna be doing another video. I haven't done one in a while, but this is regarding that new update that Windows 10. It was released on the Windows 10, so yeah, still got a lot of icons here on the desktop. So yeah, it's regarding this update. So let's say I type in the search bar right here, go here, type in up, check for, and then click on check for updates. Then you're gonna see this. Let's make it large. So what you're gonna see is this stuff right here, and it says error encountered. I tried doing that and still won't update. So this is the one that's for the newest update for Windows 10. As you can see, I haven't upgraded to Windows 11 yet. So this is an error encountered yesterday. So I did that yesterday. There were some problems installing updates, but we'll try again later. If you keep seeing this, I want to search the web or contact support for information. This may help. So the error is 0x80070643, and if I click retry, it'll try to update, but it'll probably have an error again. See, this is for 2024-1 security update for Windows 10 version 22H24x64 base systems, KB5034441. That's the name of the update. So right now it's trying to install, and then we'll see how that. But if it did, then they must have fixed it. So if not, I'm gonna do this fix because the error is somehow related to the recovery partition, or the recovery, you know, the recovery partition in your primary drive. See, it keeps there in the error. Basically the recovery is not big enough, so what we're gonna do is increase it. So we're gonna close this. So here's the first step. So first we're gonna disable your antivirus, whatever antivirus you got. I'm gonna click right here, then I'm gonna right click, go ahead and disable this, or I'll go ahead and disable this one. So right click, see, I got Avast. I don't know what you guys got. So I right click, go to Avast Shield Control, and then disable permanently. Yes. So it should be disabled. So now we can work on what we gotta do. So first what you want to do is open command prompt, which is CMD. So you type in CMD. What you want to do is run as administrator right here. Don't just open it, click on this right here. What you want to do, and then click yes. And then this should open up right here. After that, you're gonna type reagentc. So reagentc space /info. Then we're gonna click enter. So as you can see, this is what's gonna display. It says Windows Recovery Environment, Windows RE, System Reset Configuration Information. So this is important. What we're gonna look for is the location right here. And then what you want to do is remember this one right here, your hard disk 2 and your partition 4. That's where your Windows Recovery Partition is located, because that's the one we're gonna increase the size of. So basically what we're gonna do is decrease the size of the main partition, the primary, and then in doing so we can increase the partition size for the recovery. After that, so that's the location. So we remember that location, and then you're gonna. So I'm gonna put in the description or the fix for this error is. I don't think Windows. I mean, the Microsoft guys found a fix for this yet, because it keeps getting errors. So basically, the error came from some user. That's how the fix was found. And now we're gonna find the hard disk number, partition number. So that's the hard disk minus the hard disk drive 2 and the partition 4. So if you don't know, you can type in on this search bar right here, type in create disk partition. There you go. Disk. So just click on this create and format hard disk partitions, and it should tell you the information about your disk, your hard disk. It's kind of loading for a bit. It should take a bit. There you go. After it loaded, so what you want to do, this is how you know. We're looking for hard disk 2, so hard disk 2 right here, disk 2, and then partition 4 right there. So this is what we're looking for, disk 2. This is your primary drive where your everything is installed, your files, your games, your all this stuff right here in my desktop. This is where it's stored right here, the C drive. See, so what we want to do is make this healthy recovery partition. We're gonna increase the size of this to 750, I think, or something like that. So now we're gonna, now that you know, this one we're gonna make it smaller by shrinking it by 250. For that, we're gonna type, we're gonna resize the C. So we're gonna type in reagentc space / disable. Then click enter. After that, it says operation successful. It's been disabled. So, and then we're gonna type this part for this partition. We'll type in this part. It's for the partition utility. So, enter. Right, and then there you go. Now it says diskpart right here. So we're in. After that. Afterwards, we're gonna type in space. Actually, we don't need to type space. It's already a spacer. We're just gonna type in list space disk, and then click enter. So this list shows you your disks, but what we want to know is which one is the disk partition for the C drive, right? Because that's what we're trying to change. See, let me move this here. So let's go back. What I did first was type in regent right here, reagentc info, click enter, and then this shows the hard disk 2 partition, which is what we want, the location for the Windows recovery. So this is what we want to see, the hard disk partition. And then once you enter, it'll say operation successful. Then you type in reagentc space / disable. It'll say operation successful after you click enter, and then it'll say, and then this will show up, the system32. You type in diskpart right here and click enter, and then it'll say diskpart right here, right here. And then you type in list disk. It'll show these disk drives. That's all my drives. So. And now it's just this part right here. So what we want to do is, the next step is select disk 2, because disk 2 is where my stuff is. I don't know about you guys, but that's where remember, you go here to create. If you want to know again, you just type this in, and then your C drive is, you click on C right here, and then you'll know that it's disk 2. That's what we're trying to go to, disk 2, because that's where all my stuff is stored. So, you know, your main drive. So type in SEL space DIS space 2. Select this 2. Then we're going to hit enter. So it says this 2 is now the selected disk. And then we're going to type in list space part. Then enter. So now we can see the partition for disk 2, right? So we got 4 stuff in here. We got system, reserve, primary, and recovery. So what we want to do is select the primary drive, which is where all your stuff is stored in. You know, like I said, all this stuff right here. Your games, your files, your data, your whatever software you got right here. That's where all my stuff is stored. Then we're gonna find. Also your OS, your operating system, is stored here in your primary, which is partition 3. So see, I only got 1862. which is 2 gigabytes. So we're gonna shrink that by 250. We're gonna shrink the partition, the primary partition, partition 3 by 250 megabytes. See this one right here? That's, yeah, so because we need more space for the recovery. That's the reason why the update one installed, because it's too small for the update, I guess. It needs more space for the partition. So what we're gonna do now is type select part 3, select select part space, SEL space PART space 3. So now it's gonna select partition 3. See, it says partition 3 is not the selected partition. So what we're gonna do is type space shrink desired equals 250 and minimum equals 250 to shrink your primary. So we can shrink it by 250 megabytes. So we're gonna type in shrink. Well, it's already got a space in the beginning. I keep saying space. Shrink, and then space desired equals 250 space minimum equals 250. So shrink. Oh, so now we're gonna shrink it by that, because it's not big enough to install the patch, you know, because that's why you're gonna keep getting the error if you try to install it unless we change it. So we're gonna hit enter. So now shrink desired 250 equals minimum 250. There you go. Successfully shrunk the volume by 250 megabytes. There you go. So now we've shrinked it. See, it didn't affect your files here. Your files are fine. So now we're gonna, the next step, go to the next step. I mean, the reason also this update is, the reason for it is something to do with the BitLocker. Like somehow the smaller partition, the hackers are able to get through and bypass the, I don't know, the security somehow, and somehow increasing the partition to 750 megabytes for the recovery fixes it, because people are still able, even though you're, for example, you got BitLocker and your files are encrypted, right? You're still able to find a vulnerability in that and somehow, I guess, decrypt it or get through that encryption and still be able to attack your files, or at least steal it, or, you know, see your files. So I guess people experienced that vulnerability, so now that's why they released this. But I'm not really sure if this is like an actual solution. This is a pretty dumb solution. They should have released an update with a smaller size, but somehow, I don't know, it doesn't help. I guess that's why you gotta change it, or it doesn't help. The updates doesn't help. So that's why this fix is the one that's the solution for this issue, which is dumb if you ask me. Microsoft, do your job, man. You guys are not doing a good job. So now, so yeah, they can still get to your data basically. And then we're gonna type SEL space part 4 so we can select the recovery partition, right? Make sure that partition 3 is no longer selected, because we're gonna do something else with the fourth partition, which is recovery, right here. So we're gonna be on this one right now. So that's why select part 4, which is partition 4. We're gonna select that. Then we're gonna hit enter. There you go. Select partition 4 is not the selected partition. Okay, after that we're gonna basically delete that partition. That's what we're gonna do. So now we're gonna type delete partition basically space partition space override. That's what you're gonna do to delete that. This will delete the recovery, because we're gonna change it to a different size. This is not gonna affect your primary drive and the other ones. It's all gonna affect this one, and then we're gonna hit enter. So also make sure that your partition 4 is selected and not partition 3 or the other ones, because if partition 3 is selected, just a warning, this one, it's gonna delete all your files, all this, even your operating system, and you're screwed. It's gonna permanently delete it, and you know, you won't be able to get it back unless you got it backed up somehow. So just a warning, it's gonna permanently disappear. Hit enter. This part successfully deleted the selected partition. There you go. So now the next step. So yeah, you just make sure partition for selected, so you won't accidentally delete your. So it's successfully deleted. So next step. So the next step is we're gonna type create a new partition. So we're gonna create a new recovery partition basically. So the next step is so this is the thing that we gotta know first. What you want to know is if you have a GPT or MBR, master boot record. So make sure which one is the one you're using. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in list. In order to find out which one is yours, which is a GPT or MBR, I type in list space disk and hit enter. So it'll say GPT right here, right? GPT right here. If it has an asterisk right here, that means it's a GPT. If not, then it's MBR, which is master boot record. So mine's a GPT, so I'm gonna follow the GPT part. So if it's GPT, we're gonna type create space partition space primary space ID equals, I don't know if this is a number, DE94 BBA4. So I'm doing this manual GSLR. Maybe I should just copy and paste. And then dash, what is that, 0 or O? You know what, I'm gonna copy and maybe I'll just see, we can search for it. I'm gonna open Opera GX and then I'm gonna type, what is it, Windows 10 update error. See, they already got a fix for it. what is it, KB5034441. See, a lot of people talking about it. So here's Microsoft Community. We're gonna click on that, see if we can find the fixed. So right here it says Microsoft Antivirus Partition installed. We're resizing the partitions. So here's the one I'm gonna link in the description, so you guys can, in the bottom, can read this. This is how to do it, but you can follow me too. So we're gonna scroll down and find the, see right here, this is what I'm trying to type, create primary ID blah 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 all the way to C, and then we're gonna right click and copy so we can paste it here. I'm just gonna delete this because it's a lot harder to type it. Right click and there you go, it's automatically entered. So you just right click and it'll paste it, and then we're gonna hit enter. This part succeeded in creating this specified partition. So I was able to do that because mine's a GPT. So but if yours is an MBR, master boot record, what you need to do is this one right here. What you need to do is create partition primary ID equals, you're gonna right click that, copy, and then paste it on your right here. Instead of the one I did, you're gonna right click, for example, might as well do it. I'm not gonna do it though, but I'm just gonna right click, copy, then there you go. Then right click on there and it'll paste it, but I'm not gonna do that. You guys can do it if yours is an MBR. So next step, blah blah. Okay, the next step is the GPT attributes right here. Command GPT attributes blah 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 equals 0x8. I think that's 14 zeros followed by 1 in the end. Gonna right click, copy, and then go back to your command prompt and then right click here. So now it's pasted. So we're gonna hit enter. As this part successfully assigned the attributes to the selected GPT partition. Okay, we did that. So now we're gonna format this partition type format quick fsn equals blah blah blah. So the next part, see, you can just follow this. To format the partition, run format quick fs equals ntfs label equals Windows RE2. So yeah, that's how you format the partition. So basically you can highlight this, right click and copy. Format quick fe ntfs label because Windows RE tools, Windows Recovery. So we're gonna right click, then hit enter. 100% completed. This part successfully formatted the volume. So there you go. So We did all that just on command prompt. We didn't have to do anything special. It didn't delete your files. If you, there you go, see, still here. Your data's still here, you're fine. See, it's still here, your files. It didn't change anything. So yeah, your files are safe, everything is safe. So you know, still here. See, there you go. See, all the data is still here. If you did it all correctly, just make sure you don't delete the primary partition. That's a stupid something. That'll be the worst thing you'll do, unless you got everything backed up. So it says to confirm that the WinRE. See, I'm just following. I just followed everything in this update, which, like I said, this is the Microsoft. Confirm the WinRE partition created. Run list volume. Wait, what? Okay, this is just to confirm it. We're gonna click list. List space vol. Enter. So let's see. Feature store, thick book, blah blah. So those are all my. So we're looking at volume 3C partition, and then after that, screen run this volume. WinRE. Oh, here it is. Volume 7 WinRE. So now it's 781 megabytes healthy hidden. So it's bigger now than it was. Okay. Wait, did I shrink the? Forgot to shrink, right? Yeah, I did shrink it. So I'll make sure they shrink. And then I created the partition. That's why I was able to do it. Okay. So the next step, and then to exit from this part, run exit. So we're just gonna type in exit. Exit. Enter. Leaving this part, just wait for it. I mean, these things don't happen. Okay. So that's 7. Now we're gonna do 8 to enable WinRE run reagentc space / enable. Just gonna wait for it. There you go. Operation successful. We've enabled the reagentc. To confirm the confirm where our Windows RE, which is Windows Recovery, is installed. Run reagentc / info. Reagentc space / info. Successful operation. So location is this 2 partition 4. So it's there. It's enabled, and it's enabled right here. So it's good. Fine, and now we're done. So right here, note if creation failed or you do not want to extend the WinRE partition, run reagentc enable to re-enable WinRE. So there you go. That's how you do it. We're done, and then we're gonna exit this. I guess we can close this. Like I said, I'll put that in the description if you guys want. Then we're gonna check the disk form. Create format this. We're just gonna check. Click on C. As you can see, we're fine. Your C drive is fine. See, all your stuff is still here. Your OS. But what happened was you were able to increase the size of the recovery partition to 781. Before it was 530 megabytes. So now we're gonna try installing the Windows Update. So we're gonna click on this search bar right here. Type update. Click check for updates, and then I'm gonna expand this right here. Then see, it's still error, and then we're gonna click retry and see if it works. I don't know. So we're just trying. If it still fails, I'm just gonna leave it alone and wait for Microsoft to release a fix or something like that, or an error fix for the error or something. Because a lot of people somehow fixed it using that method, but I don't know. Some people still encounter error, meaning it didn't fix the the error that keeps showing up. I think I might have an error if this doesn't fix it. So now I'm just waiting for that. The installing, whatever. See, now it's taking longer. That means it's probably working. Yeah. Yes. It worked. So now, see, you're up to date. Let's check the date. Okay. There you go. That's how you fix it. So there you go, guys. That's how you fix this error issue for the updates without deleting all your files. And just make sure you follow it step by step. And like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. You don't want to delete your which is primary partition number 3. You know that when you're on the C drive, you're deleting it. You select partition, don't delete the one that says primary. What you're trying to do is only shrink it. We're gonna shrink that primary by 250 megabytes, but you're not deleting it. What you're gonna delete though is the partition 4, which is recovery. That's what you're trying to delete. That way, you know. So not because it's able to install, because there's enough space, I guess, for the partition. So I don't even know if this is gonna fix that whole issue with the BitLocker security vulnerability or whatever they want to call it. Alright, hope this helps you, and see you on the next video. Peace. Just click on check for updates again, see what happens. One last time. There you go, it's up to date. Go ahead and close this. Later.